you in here above what his contract offers him, despite the fact that it's a big contract.
Hit that breaking news button.
Let's go. Let's go.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Minnesota and Detroit.
And Chicago.
And Chicago have agreed to a multi-team trade. Mike Conley Jr. to the Bulls, Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric to the Pistons. Detroit also gets a 2026
Jaden Ivey to the Bulls too.
Jaden Ivey to the Bulls. Detroit gets a 2026 first-round protected swap from Minnesota. Okay, let me pull up the tweet.
Detroit just salary dumping Jaden Ivey?
Is that what's happening here?
Okay.
Is all they got? No, that can't be they only got a protected 2026 swap.
That's what it says.
That can't be right.
Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. to the Bulls. How many guards do the Bulls need? Wait, what's Minnesota getting in this?
Something is missing from this. Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric to the Pistons. Okay, so you're getting Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric, but what does that do for you?
Yeah, Kevin Huerter gives the Pistons another shooter.
I guess they need shooting, but that's not the
what's Minnesota getting in this trade?
Minnesota. So Minnesota giving up a protected swap.
There's got to be more to come on this one.
Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit. Something is missing from this.
Yeah, definitely.
Something very important is missing here.
What is Minnesota getting? Minnesota must be getting a player here.
Yeah.
Are they getting are they getting like Kobe White, maybe?
Oh, that would make sense. Minnesota's getting Kobe White. That would make sense. That's gotta be it.
Tony Jones, who's very tapped into the Jazz, says Utah's move for Triple J will not impact the Jazz's interest in keeping Walker Kessler. They're envisioning a Kessler, Markkanen, Triple J front court. We're still not seeing what Minnesota.
There's got to be an update coming because Minnesota, Kobe White would make sense. Ayo Dosunmu, something like that.
Ayo Dosunmu, Okay, well, I imagine more is gonna come here in a moment.
Yeah, that's
using the graphics. Just Ivey and Conley.
Everybody though is responding to Sham saying, "What's Minnesota getting?"
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll find out here in a minute.
We'll keep an eye on it and see what's going on. It's got to be like Kobe White or Ayo Dosunmu or something like that.
Got to be. Yeah, I would be surprised if it isn't. Like, I don't know. For Minnesota, like you don't. Sorry, guys. This is the bad part of doing this live. Is like we're like reacting to stuff and trying to look at things.
Do you like that return for the Pistons for Jaden Ivey, Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a pick swap?
If it's just getting off Conley, like Minnesota somehow isn't taking any salary back, it gets them under the first apron.
It does, huh?
Interesting.
Now, a swap right now, based on current standings, that would move Detroit up from 29 to 23 in this year's draft in 2026.
Yeah, so it's probably like top 20 protected or
I mean that's something.
It falls apart, yeah. But I mean, like I meant more like salary. Oh yeah, Detroit's receiving it though. Yeah, weird.
Gets the swap.
The Bulls would have Mike Conley, Jaden Ivey, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Trey Jones, Josh Giddey, all as guards. Like
what the hell are the Bulls doing?
Yeah. And Yuki Kawamura, too.
Well, it tells you that.
Did you see him win that jump ball the other day?
I didn't.
Yuki Kawamura is shorter than I am, and he won a jump ball, but in a game.
That's that's an impressive feat for him.
Yeah.
I don't love. Well, I mean, I guess if you decide you are not going to be the team to pay Jaden Ivey, if for whatever reason the Pistons have gotten to that point.
I think and that's been like a thing.
They move up like 7 or 8 spots in the first round. They also get some shooting that they could use in expiring contracts that don't take them long term.
I think that's it. I think that's. I mean, there might be other minor things moving around here, like seconds or draft rights, or like we saw Manuel Miller got thrown into the Bulls, Cavs, Kings trade just as a something to move. But I don't think there's anything else there.
What's Minnesota
Now
getting?
they're saying they're under the first apron. So
They're just getting out Mike Conley for nothing.
yeah, well, I got them under the first apron, which makes it a lot easier for them to do other things.
Keith, is this a sign though that the Wolves are not getting Giannis, or is this a push to get Giannis? Because
I don't know. I mean,
Mike Conley's
it's a lot easier to get
contract
Giannis now, right?
Why is that?
Because now you're under the first apron, so you could take back
You
more
could
money
take
in
back
a trade.
salary. You think that's more valuable than being able to aggregate Mike Conley's $10 million expiring?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing, right? Like, obviously, there's a Minnesota. I could say this: Minnesota does not do this if they believe they're in on Giannis, and this would take them out of the Giannis conversation.
Correct.
Right? This either has no effect or helps them in their efforts to get Giannis. Otherwise, they would not do this. The Bulls. For the Bulls, I'd have to assume this means goodbye Kobe White, goodbye Ayo Dosunmu. Maybe both of them, at least one of them. Like, there's just way too many guards on the Bulls now.
Yeah, Kyle Dosunmu, or now I'm mixing them up. I'm making up guys.
Kobe
Dosunmu. You always
Dosunmu.
accuse me of. Yeah, Kobe Dosunmu here. Kobe White, I imagine, is going to be traded because the indications have been out of Chicago over the last couple of weeks. They're probably not re-signing him this summer because they see him as too much of an overlap with Josh Giddey. All right, we can argue that later. But I think with Kobe White, that's a guy you can definitely get as another team that needs a point guard like Houston, because that's $12.8 million. That's not a $40 million player.
Mm-hmm.
That's a player you can much easier trade for.
So if you're the Bulls and Jaden Ivey is heading into restricted free agency, that means you're not giving up a ton here, but are you effectively committing to pay Jaden Ivey this summer? Is this the Pistons say we don't want to be the team to pay Jaden Ivey, and the Bulls?
Yeah, I don't think they were going to pay him this summer.
Yeah,
because you've got Jalen Duren, you got to pay. You're going to have to pay Thompson next year. You're going to have to pay Ron Holland coming up. They're still sending signs that they may do something. So I just think Jaden Ivey, when he came back from injury, he did not come back like gangbusters, and the Pistons had kind of moved on. And I think it's just this is best for him. Go get a fresh start somewhere. I would keep an eye on Mike Conley for a buyout now.
Yes.
Key buyout guy too, makes under the non-taxpayer mid-level, so he'd be eligible to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good, anywhere that's not hard capped, so or not like wouldn't put them over the hard cap. So
like big picture, Keith, the NBA trade deadline is alive.
Yeah. It guys, it always delivers. Like we've had like one really crappy one, like in my lifetime. Like it always like delivers.
So Chicago gets Jaden Ivey, Minnesota gets flexibility.
Yep.
Detroit
got a shooter and Kevin Herter who's on an contract.
They get Kevin Herter.
That's a nice get for them, honestly.
Kevin Herter.
Yeah. Dario Saric that's whatever. That's a throw-in to make the trade work.
Yeah. And then Mike Conley maybe gets bought out or something. I mean,
Yeah, I'll address this too in case anybody's like, how can the Bulls turn around and trade Saric with Herter? They won't be traded together technically. Saric will go in by himself
into a trade exception
into this, and Herter will go by himself. The way the mechanics will actually break down. When I write it up on Spot Track, when we have the details, I'll put it all together.
It gets reported like this, but actually gets executed as separate trades.
So apparently Shams is saying that this is to get stop tweeting out player of the month stuff. God.
Right? Like no one cares about that right now.
Yeah, you should have done it yesterday. So apparently, Shams is now reporting that the Wolves are like trying to go all in for Giannis. So let's pull up the Wolves cap sheet.
Yeah, so this dropping them below the first apron. I think everyone is on Spot Track right now because it's loading all the pages super slow. So I'm still in Chicago. It will switch over to Minnesota at some point.
We have like extra server power stood up for Thursday, but not Tuesday. So, but it's okay.
Yeah, it may take a few moments.
Yeah, he's working on getting them updated right now. Because everybody's like, "How are you doing? I'm watching you live. How are you updating these pages?" And I was like, "It's our guy Scott. Is rarely me who does this portion of the updates."
There we go. There's the Wolves cap sheet.
The new one with no yeah, okay. All right, so Giannis is 54 million. So they still got to match 54 million.
Yep.
They can take back a little bit more. I mean, we're talking.
How much are they below the first now? So 2.5 million.
Should be about 2 million, 2.5. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So that's all in my head too, by the way.
That's well done. It is 2.5. It's right here.
Is it?
So that's
Okay, yeah. So I was right.
You were right. Look at that.
All right, it's not gonna be Ant.
Nope.
Randall and Naz Reid?
Yeah.
Randall and Jaden McDaniels?
I mean, that's been the rumor, right? Is that the Wolves could take Jaden McDaniels, get a huge return, and flip that return to the Bucks for Giannis.
Yeah, that's how you do it, right? You send Jaden McDaniels not to the Bucks, but somewhere else.
Get like 3
Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid. Throw in Rob Dillingham. You're about there.
Yep.
Definitely paths now. Definitely way easier now that they're under the first apron than it would have been otherwise.
Yeah, they can take back more salary than they send out in a trade. They can trade with another team that's above the first apron in that way. Okay. So this does Minnesota if Minnesota does not get Giannis, do you still like this for them?
No. No, because you gave up
a pick swap for nothing then, right?
You gave up a potentially useful player for nothing.
Would Minnesota do this if they didn't know they were getting Giannis? Like, that's what I'm trying to get to here. Is this a sign that Minnesota believes they are getting Giannis?
At least they feel like they're in the mix. I have to think that's what this is about.
Yeah. Yep.
Or, I mean, is it to get like John Morant or something? I guess it's not the end of the world if that's the direction you went, because you could do that too now. But I'm gonna guess this is about Giannis.
Like, if you had to give up, just stacking salaries.
Did you see Sham's tweet?
No.
Bulls and Pistons have desires met here in a young and veteran guards to Chicago, and a sharpshooter goes to Detroit. Minnesota creates significant tax savings and roster space as they pursue a Milwaukee star this week.
A Milwaukee star.
A Milwaukee star. I wonder which one that is.
Kyle Kuzma. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, there was that graphic once upon a time. Kyle Kuzma. I don't know. I mean, sure, I guess. Why not? I mean, I love it that they're going for it. Tim Connolly's aggressive, man. He's pretty one to make big moves. So look at this, man. We were gonna go live to talk about maybe a trade, and we got 2 trades we weren't even expecting.
Right?
I love it. I'm looking to see if anything else comes up, but I think that's nobody's had the details yet on what this pick is.
Let's get into some of our super chat questions.
Yeah, let's do some of those. Yeah.
All right. With this deal, do you think it takes the bitter taste out of the Grizzlies front office mouth if they can't get a pick for Ja?
Yeah. Because now you got 3 picks. Yeah, definitely. It could now. This could be more like the Trae Young package. Get off some contract, get off some salary, get a role player back or something.
Do you think the Bucks could they trade their veteran assets before the deadline if a Giannis trade doesn't happen? Turner and Portis specifically.
If you're committed to trading him by the summertime, sure.
Yeah.
Because then what you would do is you'd basically tell Giannis, like,
come
home. Back and play if you want to this year, but if you don't want to, we don't really care.
Right.
And then it would be that would be fine. But if you're not committed to trading him, then no, because now what are you doing? Like that doesn't help him at all.
All right, let's go here. Proposal. Boston gets Naz Reid. Minnesota gets Giannis and Chris Boucher. Boston gets a first. Boston first. Oh,
No,
okay. Minnesota
yeah.
gets a Boston first. Milwaukee gets Jaden McDaniels. Sam Hauser, Dante DiVincenzo. 3 Wolves first. Boston. There's too much in this.
Yeah, and it's too much
what all that is.
salary for the Celtics to take on. I think this would put them back in to the second apron, and they're not going to do that.
Right.
Not that Naz Reid isn't a really good player, but they're not going back into the second apron.
All right, let's go here. Can you all explain trade exceptions?
Yeah, so trade exception, here's the very easy way to think of this. Player is traded who makes $30 million is traded for a player who makes $20 million, or even a combination of players who make $20 million. When it's one player going out, the imbalance between their salaries creates a traded player exception. So in this case, you're sending $30 million out, you get $20 million coming back, you get a $10 million trade exception. It's good for 1 year, and you can use it to trade for a salary that fits within that traded player exception amount. So you could trade for a player who makes up to $10 million, and that's how that would come together with this. My phone is now sending the alerts very late.
Yeah, I mean, say I just got the Shams tweet that you were just
so
talking
that must
about.
be a Twitter thing then.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you create a $10 million trade exception. Trade exceptions can also be used to claim a player off waivers. You can also use a trade exception to you could use it to trade for a player, claim a player off waivers. You can't combine them with other trade exceptions or with other outgoing salary. So that can't be done.
Okay, right. So there's a lot there that you can do with the trade exception. You don't have to use it. You can let them expire, but it's still a nice tool to have.
Yep.
Will the Jazz be able to retain Kessler in the offseason? We talked about this already, but the short answer is yes. They can still retain him.
I was doing a little bit of work on there. They should still be $50 million under the tax line. So yeah, they're fine.
Hey guys, a report from Mark Stein said the only teams on Giannis's list are Miami and Minnesota. Seeing that, shouldn't the Lakers stop with Giannis? Who said
towards the last part of that? For the Lakers, it was always more likely would have been in the summer.
Yep.
For them, so yeah, I mean, there's no reason to until he's traded. There's no reason to not do that. That said, I don't think the Lakers were ever going to make all of their decisions around. We have a chance to get Giannis this summer.
Right.
I think it was going to be. I think they're trying to stay flexible anyway, no matter what. Like that's whether it's for Giannis or somebody else. That's a different thing.
Right. Right. And as far as Miami and Minnesota as the teams that are on his list, that does matter because if Giannis is willing to go as far as to say to whoever, just to pick a team, let's say it's the Warriors, and Giannis decides, I just don't want to be in Golden State. If he's willing to go as far as to say, look, Warriors, if you trade for me, I'm out in 2027 when I can hit free agency, that will allow him to direct his landing spot to a degree here. So if he really does want either Miami or Minnesota, this could be an interesting 2-team race.
Yeah.
If there are other teams willing to jump in, like we heard the rumor a few days ago that the Blazers were perhaps willing to trade for Giannis without getting an assurance that he would stay, okay, maybe that opens up the field a bit more. But Giannis will have some sort of a say. Whether or not it ultimately matters is yet to be seen, but will have some voice in this process in terms of where he ultimately winds up.
Yeah, 100%. What I was laughing about was nothing Trevor was saying. Andrew Schlecht, who covers the Thunder, says a Milwaukee star is so good. That's art. Trade deadline art.
Fantastic.
That's pretty funny.
Keith, whose offer do you like better, Minnesota or Miami?
Well, I don't know what the Minnesota offer is. That's the challenge, right?
I mean, what if let's say it's the Jaden McDaniels thing that we're talking about.
And Jaden McDaniels is going to the Bucks,
or going to another team, and then those assets are going to the Bucks.
If it's Jaden McDaniels going to the Bucks, no. I love Jaden McDaniels. He's one of my most favorite players.